I am Eleonora Brizi. I am a digital and crypto art curator. I studied my path in the contemporary art world in China, and then in 2018 I moved to New York and I encountered the magic world of the blockchain and art. NFT industry takes up to 100% of my life right now, but I don't think that it changed it a lot in the sense that when I was in China, I was working for Ai Weiwei, and that was a very special place filled with freedom and the idea of freedom. And I think that the same sense and soul and spirit is the spirit that I find in the crypto and NFT space, which is freedom of expression, freedom of having a voice, and freedom of experimenting to push the limits. Yeah, I was at Ai Weiwei Studio for 4 years in Beijing from 2012 till 2016. It was amazing because although it was a very strange time for him since he wouldn't have the passport, so he cannot travel. As I always say, the world was traveling to the studio. And of course, to work with Weiwei has always been very special, again, filled with the sense of freedom and like pure creativity. It was just a blast to be at the studio surrounded by so many people who did a very specific choice, which is to work and create for freedom. Yeah, I wouldn't be the same person without traveling, but I think that that was very clear since when I was a little kid. When I was a little kid, my favorite place on earth will be the airport. So I always liked to travel, always loved. And that's what I made of my life. It is very important for me to have a job and to live in a way that keeps me travel all the time. Of course, it's to have touch with real like encounters with different cultures and different everything. It's I feel that when I don't travel, for instance, has it happened during COVID time, I wasn't even inspired to curate anymore. I said I need to travel because it's my source of inspiration. I'm the happiest when I am on a plane. I don't know how my cultural origins are influencing my curation and like creation. I am Italian. Of course, I think you cannot avoid who you are, your roots, and what that when you grew up, what you were seeing around you. I can say that I'm probably influenced by beauty. That I can say, but then we can discuss about what is beauty. So I always try to be very open mind. This is why I decided to study Chinese language and Chinese culture at university because I really wanted to see from the beginning of my studies like a different part of the world that we weren't talking about back then. So I am sure that I have influences that I cannot take away from me. But for now, I try to be influenced by more and more and more realities and places and spaces, people, and yeah. Yes, Breezy Art is my baby. It's a curatorial, Web3 curatorial habitat. Um, I decided to support and to be on the side of the creators, not only the artists, but really like the builders, the creators of what I think is the free world, which is the Web3, the decentralized world. So through curation and creation of content, through telling the stories of the artists and these amazing creators, I really want to support those who are building the free world. A difficult part of being an art curator is to select or to choose what artworks and what artists to work with or to talk about. I try to be as less influenced by my own taste as possible. I don't think that you can take that filter completely away, but what I'm looking for is truth. So if I see that a work is truthful, that an artist is truthful, then I think that it's the best work that I can tell a story about. And it's not always easy to see that, but like if you're open enough to understand that again you can find, maybe it's something that you don't like, maybe it's something that doesn't answer your taste, maybe it's something that you will never collect. But then if the core of the work, the intention, the vision of this creator is real, again, it goes back to search for the truth. That's the works that I would select or that I would like to work for. Yeah, I worked on many projects in the crypto art space and the NFT space. I love all of them. I love to work with artists. It's my life. I keep talking to creators all day, and I feel blessed because I feel that I can participate, like almost that I am part in building the future. So it's very difficult for me to pick a few projects. But really, like each month, I highlight one of the creators of a very big collection, which is the Web collection, and I have interviews with them. And it's one appointment at the end of the month that I love because artists come and we talk for an hour. We discuss art. We don't discuss transactions or NFT standards. We talk about art. Or I can think about many projects that I have done with the artist duo Hackatao. For instance, the Blondie project, where we were with these fantastic creators only coming from the music world, and Hackatao, obviously, like pillars of the crypto art space. And I always have fun in finding parallelisms or like points of conjunctions of these, two different creators or stories. And then again, like art always wins. And for instance, for Blondie and Hackatao, it was the punk spirit, like Blondie, they were punk. And I think that Hackatao and the crypto art space, the whole crypto art space is very punk. So it's the core of both of them. And from there, I started to build the story, and the project is called Hack the Borders. So I was trying to think like, what was Blondie, the band, doing back then? They were like against every kind of, borders, like mental, social, anything. And that's what we want to do now. So that's one of my favorite projects in the sense, as many others. I love to find that point that can demonstrate the continuum of art and to let people understand that it's only us putting art in boxes and giving different names to it, but the art voice, its spirit is always the same. I would like to discover for the future more technology embedded in the art and vice versa. I wish we get to the point where we cannot distinguish art and technology anymore. We're not going to refer to art and technology as art and technology, but simply to art. And we try to really like experiment with, I don't know, like smart contracts, for instance, in the actual creation of artworks. I wish we could move in a more organic space all together as a community of creators and as a community of people who keep experimenting. I think that I will work I work in art and innovation. If I don't work in art, I will work in innovation because that's what I want to do. I mean, the fact that I do it through art is because art, obviously it has a universal language that everyone can understand. So this is like the easiest way that we have to understand the future and progress. But I definitely would like to work in doing something for society, and I only see it happening in innovation. Yes, I would like to thank NFT in Europe. I'm very happy to be here. I love the place, the space, the atmosphere, the speakers, everything. Everything is great, and I would like to repeat what I said during my speech and during my talk, which is I'm really here to support the creators of the free world, and I would like to give the message that the NFT space, which sometimes now we forget about, it really is a place for freedom. So sometimes we need to go back to basics and understand why we are all here. We are here for a better future, which comes through decentralization and distribution through the blockchain technology.